Spiller, Director of Hillsborough County Code Enforcement. What's the main reason houses are abandoned? A number of factors that come into abandoned homes, primarily foreclosed properties. People receive their foreclosure notice and they vacate the property, and it takes quite a long period of time for the bank to go through the process, and they end up becoming abandoned during that time. Secondary reason would be and if someone has passed away and their heirs are not known, or the heirs have no interest in taking any action on disposing of their relatives' properties. What's the number one complaint from citizens regarding foreclosed properties? The number one complaint is typically overgrowth of grass, weeds, and things like that. We have 3 officers assigned full-time in Hillsborough County to address residential foreclosed properties. Another big problem is that they become unsecure and open themselves up to be homeless locations, or criminal activity taking place in those homes. They are a public safety concern for us, and public safety is our number one concern in code enforcement. Are there specific reasons some neighborhoods are affected more than others? Well, in 2007, 2008, when the economic downturn occurred, at one time Hillsborough County had 33,000 properties in foreclosures. And within a very short period of time, many of them, if not most of them, became vacant properties. So at that time, you could go to any neighborhood in Hillsborough County and you would find foreclosed properties. There are many people that are commonly known as flippers that are looking for properties that need to be repaired and have the potential to be resold or become rental properties. So many of these vacant foreclosed properties end up in the hands of flippers via the sale on the courthouse steps. From code enforcement's perspective, if a vacant home becomes in disrepair to the point that the repairs cost more than 50% of the assessed value of the property, then it meets the minimum standards to be condemned and torn down. Simply meeting that standard does not put it high on our radar to condemn the property based on the number of properties we're dealing with, and the fact that it needs 50% of its value to repair it doesn't necessarily make it a public safety issue. With the properties that are condemned and we tear down, the number one evaluation point of those properties is the public safety impact. If you could have your way, what would happen to these properties? Well, if I could have my way, the properties would end up in the hands of someone that wanted to rehab them and turn them into rental properties, or want to actually live in them, occupy the home as a homeowner. By doing that, that would take all these properties that have been using the services of the county and put them back as a viable member of the community, back on the tax rolls, providing additional housing opportunities, some of them which would be probably more affordable than new construction and that kind of thing. So we would love to see every vacant house occupied, done properly, up to code, and be a contributing part to our community.